All right, here we go. I've never done this before. I wonder when I see the people pop up. There they are! Hi, everybody! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining me. This is something that I've wanted to do for a really long time, but I don't know why. Getting on stories, totally fine with that. Posting my heart out on the feed, totally fine with that. Getting on live, it kind of makes my palms sweaty a little, so we're gonna learn about this together. Hi, John. Hi, Angela. All right, so all my friends are here, and you are my friends too, so welcome. If you're like, who is this chick who just popped up in my feed? Hi, my name is Katie Horwich, and I am a trainer on Aaptiv. And we've had some incredible workouts so far, incredible home workouts. First of all, I feel so blessed to be on the Aaptiv team always, but especially at a time like this, where people are turning to digital at-home fitness options. It's incredible to already be a part of so many people's routines and also get to meet so many more new people who are looking for a sense of consistency and routine and an uplifting moment for them in this for now normal, which is what I'm calling it right now. So, like I said, there have been some incredible workouts that have been on Aaptiv's live so far. You can check out their feed for that. I believe that they are uploaded. They are uploaded on the stories. So what I wanted to do to complement all of that right now is to do a mental workout. Let's call it a mental work through. Akeem and Mary are coming on later for workouts, so maybe this is like your warm-up. This is your pre-workout. And I took a very official, very fancy poll on my Instagram asking what people wanted to hear from or hear about and what they were struggling with, what they could use some support with right now. And about 70% of people said that they would love to hear about building structure and routine during unpredictable times. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you also know that I'm really passionate about shifting your self-talk. I founded a platform called Women Against Negative Talk, and it's all about tips and tools that can help you shift your self-talk in a positive, proactive, and pragmatic way that works for the unique you that you are. So I'm all about the motivation and the inspiration, but I'm also someone who needs structure, and I really thrive in a sense of routine. So I could see all of the motivational pep talks and get super inspired, but at the end of the day, if I don't have that consistency, I don't really know what to do with all of that great information that I've acquired. So I'm going to give you a few exercises that you can do. Hopefully you have a journal or a notepad. I've got one right here, and a pen handy, something to take notes on. This will be posted on Aaptiv's Instagram stories for the next 24 hours. So if you miss something, don't freak out, stay with me, and you can view it later. And then I'll take some questions at the end if you have questions, because I love you and you're my Aaptiv family and I want to have a conversation with you. So are we good? Yes, you can totally ask me a question. I'm actually going to press pause on the questions for now. I'll take all of the questions at the end just so that I can get everybody the information that they need, because maybe something that we're going to cover in here is something that's going to be asked at a later point. And you show me some ABC workout. All right, so I have a couple notes about different things. I have been working from home for the majority of my adult life, so I understand that I have a little bit of an advantage in this arena. There have been multiple studies that say different personality types work really, really well at home and remotely, but there are a slew of people who thrive in an office setting, who thrive working with other people. And maybe that's you right now, and maybe you're feeling like, I really don't know how to keep up a sense of normalcy for myself right now. So some work from home with Katie Joy Horwich tips. Number one, something that I've found really, really helpful for me is do those small things that you kind of take advantage of and maybe don't even realize that you do every single day during the regular normal times. So I'm talking about making your bed, brushing your teeth, even if there's no one around to smell your morning breath, taking a shower, getting dressed in clothes that aren't pajamas, doing the things that you already have trained yourself to associate with, okay, my day is starting, this is happening. So for me, that is making the bed, brushing the teeth, washing the face, getting dressed. And also I have a morning routine with my husband where we put on jazz music in the morning and we make coffee and we sit for a few minutes. We read the news or we look at something fun on the internet, and we just have this moment of together time. And that's something that we've kept up every single day of this for now normal, even though we could totally push it. We could have our coffee time in 2 hours, but something about having it in the morning signals to me that, okay, my day is starting. I have a sense, it gives me a sense of calm during my days, so it gives me a sense of calm during this right now time. And then after that, hang on just a second. Jeremy, can you turn off the air? He has his headphones on, co-working right now. This is my husband, by the way. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody.
Sorry, the air conditioner was on, and I really didn't want that to be messing up with our feed. Anyway, so having that moment in the morning creates a sense of normalcy for me right off the bat. And like walking the dog, just the stuff that you normally take advantage of. And that you like don't process that you take advantage of. The second thing is, as the day goes on, and we'll talk about routines and structure a little bit later, make sure that the meals that you would usually eat, like make yourself breakfast, make yourself lunch, make yourself dinner. And if you're not going to make it, a great way, if you're able to support the local businesses that are really struggling right now, is to order delivery, order takeout from the businesses that are in your area, because restaurants are really, really hurting right now. There are so many healthy options available to you. Point being, make a routine of whatever meal you're having. Even if you're like, but Katie, I only have carrots and hummus in my fridge because that was all that was at the grocery store. Great, put it on a plate, arrange it, and that also signals to your brain that you are worth a self-care moment. You are worth spending time on. You are worth taking care of. Hi, Rochelle! Angela said hi, by the way. And it's something that's so simple. It's something that I actually didn't do for a lot of years while I was working at home, and I didn't realize what a difference it made until I actually started to do it consistently. Now talking about workouts. Talking about workouts right now is kind of a tricky subject because right now, while everything is up in the air, first of all, any time theoretically could be workout time. So that sense of structure is out the window for a lot of us. And also there are a lot of messages that we already have programmed into our brains about diet culture and fitness and what we should be doing. I think this is really the time to lean into the mental and emotional benefits of fitness and doing what makes you feel energized, doing what makes you feel grounded, doing what makes you feel, like I say at the end of every single one of my classes, like the you know you're meant to be. And that's different for everybody. So finding something, and there are so many options on the app right now for you to choose from, finding something that works for you right now that is going to give you benefits way after you finish your workout. So really getting clear, how do I want to feel after this workout is over? How do I want to feel after I've taken a shower and I've put on my workday clothes? How do I want to feel way after? And how can I start to create that feeling in my workout right now? For me, my usual workout time is in like the mid-morning area. what's happening to me is sometimes I get so wrapped up in stuff that goes on in the morning that that window will pass and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I guess I can't do my workout now. Like my window is passed. It's too late. I make up those excuses for myself and I discourage myself from doing the thing that I know will make me feel good. And to be clear, sometimes working out isn't the answer, but if working out is the answer, creating a little bit of wiggle room for yourself is really, really helpful. So if there's something that I need to get accomplished in the morning, whether that is something that I need to write or a phone meeting that I have to have, or just something that I get wrapped up in that has a specific morning deadline, once I finish that, I actually make my workout the reward from that. And that helps me put a positive spin on fitness, gives myself something to look forward to, and helps me stay efficient in the task that I'm in. You planned and prepped all your meals yesterday. That is amazing. Yeah, if you were already a meal prepper, a meal planner, then you are 2 steps ahead of all of us. So those are my base level work from home tips. Something that I want to talk about is creating routines right now based on the routines that you had, but also giving yourself room to create something new. So something that I do with my coaching clients who are feeling like they don't know which way is up, they don't know how to structure their day. I think a lot of us are feeling that right now. I have them look at a typical weekday workday for themselves and a typical favorite weekend day. And I have them outline everything. So I did this for my client the other day. Her morning time, she woke up, she got her coffee, she got ready, she went to Starbucks, she took the train, and then I had her go into, okay, well, what does a successful workday look like for you when you end the day feeling accomplished, which is really important to get clear on. How do you want to feel at the end of the day? How do you want to feel when everything is done? So an accomplished day for her looked like from about 9 to noon, there were a lot of phone meetings, there were a lot of in-person meetings, there was a lot of in-person time. Then after that, she would take a lunch break. After that, she would do a lot of pitching and putting together campaigns for her job. And then after that, she would leave work early. She would go to her favorite class at the gym. And then she'd come home, she'd make dinner, she'd shower, and she'd get ready for the day ahead. And it's really important to note here that this is a client of mine who is super extroverted. So extroverted doesn't necessarily mean that you are super talkative or you're out all the time. Being an extrovert just means that you gain your energy from other people. Other people fill your mental and emotional and physical battery life up. And of course, we all have our limits, but in general, extroverts gain their energy from people. And a lot of extroverts are really struggling right now because the in-person time is what we are missing right now. Introverts, on the other hand, are people who fill up their battery solo. They need a lot of solo time to process, to be in their head, to be in their brain. Sometimes, if you're like me, you need to lay on the floor and stare at the ceiling for a little while. Basically, introverts need solo time. It doesn't mean that they don't like people. It doesn't mean that they're not talkative. It just means that they gain their energy in different ways. So what I noticed about this client of mine is that her in-person time was in the morning. It was all from 9 to noon. And so what I noticed about her is she got energy for everything else in her day because she started her day with that human interaction. So here's what I would love for you to do. I would love for you to write out on a piece of paper. You can write it out in 2 different columns. I want you to write out week and then weekend right here. Usually my writing is a lot nicer than that. Thanks, Kenny. Love you. So I want you to write out your typical weekday and typical weekend day. And saying like, oh, well, sometimes I do this, sometimes I do that. Try and find like the common themes. So if sometimes you go to a Tabata class at your gym, sometimes you do an outdoor run or walk with me or John or Wes or Jamie. Cool. So write down like exercise time. So try and find buckets and write it all out for a week and a weekend. And then what I would love for you to do is find common themes in those different blocks. So I just used the example of my client that I worked with. Her first block of the day is her solo time. So from 7 to 8 is her solo time. It's getting up, making the coffee, doing the stuff. What's actually really interesting is that I said, do you like working out at night after work? Because right now you do have that flexibility. If you feel like you would be more productive working out in the morning, then that's totally something that you can do right now, and let's build that in. And she said, actually, I love working out at night. It would be cool to do something quick and physical in the morning in addition, just to get my blood flowing. So what I wrote out for her was her first block of time was solo time. Her second block of time was her mini pep up workout. Her third block of time, so that's that 9 to noon block that she would usually spend with clients, on phone calls, in meetings, that is her people time, her people power hours. So that's the time to schedule the things both personally and professionally, because these days are kind of in flux right now, where you're taking the calls, you're taking the meetings, and you are doing the things with the other people. I know, Uli, I love my morning solo time too, let me tell you. And then after that, she's got her lunch break. And then after that, because she's gotten all of that energy and all of that oomph from the people around her, she can spend 1 to 5 p.m. on her idea time. That is the time where she can hunker down at her computer. She can work on emails, she can be creative, she can work on different pitches. That's her idea time. And what was really interesting is what I found with her is if we were to force the idea time in the morning, that is actually more draining for her than having it at the very end of the day. So you want the energizing stuff in the morning. Again, think of your like best possible work day. Then after that is her workout and then her wind down time. For me, because I work from home for the majority of my time and my days are so in flux, it's a little bit more difficult for me personally and might be more difficult for you too. Will I post some of these good ideas to the stories? I totally will. It's a little bit harder for me to compartmentalize things so specifically like that. So I've created for myself what I call my daily protocols. So if I was using my phone, or if I could use my phone instead of using it for Instagram Live right now, I would show you right now I have on my calendar different blocks of time that are called different things that I associate with different types of work. So my first protocol is my protocol with Jeremy, with my husband. That's our morning protocol. That is the coffee, that's the jazz music, that's the news, that's the laughing at funny puppy videos on the internet, laughing at whatever GIF Angela sent me over Slack or the text that John sent me last night. So that's the morning protocol. And that lasts until about 9 a.m. because my husband gets up really early and that's the time that he starts to get to work. For me, because I need the solo time for about an hour or two, that's my solo morning protocol. That's where I do everything that I need to do to set myself up for success. So that is everything from meditation to journaling, to creative work that is just really soul fulfilling, to reading a little bit, which can feel like a luxury sometimes, but right now some of those luxury things we really, really need for our mental health and sanity. And then after I'm done with my morning protocol, I have my power protocol. That is the majority of my day from about 11 or 12 to about 4 or 5. And that is where I power down on any sort of work that I have to do. We'll dial into that in a second. But any writing that I need to do, like work writing that I need to do, Aaptiv classes that I'm programming. Usually when I'm recording classes for Aaptiv, I record in a 1 to 4 or 2 to 5 time slot. So whether I am going to the office or I'm recording in my fancy home studio that you can see in the corner right there, those are the times that I'm usually recording. So that's my power protocol. Then after that, I give myself an hour. So from 4 to 5 or 5 to 6, and that's my wrap-up protocol. That's where I look at everything that I've done and I said, okay, is there anything that I need to put a little button on, or any last email that I need to send, anything that I need to wrap up before the day is over, and I start to wind down. And then after that, I've got my evening protocol, which is making dinner, which is my social time. That's when I will FaceTime or text with my family, stuff like that. And if you're someone who's watching this and you're like, that's really nice, Katie, but I have kids and I'm homeschooling them right now and I have a lot on my plate, not just for me, but for my whole family. Amazing. You can actually do this with your kids. Have them look at their best possible school day or their best possible Saturday and have them create the protocols for themselves too, because just like fitness, if you empower your kids to be self-aware and to take care of themselves and to look at what is serving them instead of looking to other people for the answers all of the time, that's something and a skill that they're going to take with them their entire life. So is this all making sense? Is this all making sense to everybody? I know I'm just throwing it all out at you. Cool, I'm getting thumbs up, I'm getting waves, I'm getting, oh my gosh, hi Pixie, I love this, I love you too, I hope you're doing well. Gosh, I'm getting, this is why I'm not looking at the comments that much, because I'll just get so distracted saying hi to all of you. So I'm so happy that this is all making sense, and hopefully this is helpful. Now I want to get into what I do for my specifics, which you're gonna get a pen and paper. This is not the time to get overwhelmed, but I'm gonna have you list out a lot of things all at once. Hi, Caroline. Hi, everybody. Okay, so this is for the people who are like me and who have very busy brains. There are a lot of thinks that go up on in this thinker, and you are really struggling on organizing all of those different tasks, all of those different to-dos that you have to get to done. This is a way to create some order in there, and then you can start to plug these things into your protocols throughout the day. So this is why I wanted to lead with the protocols and with the general stuff, and then get into the nitty-gritty. So I did this on my stories the other day, and I got so many messages about it that I wanted to do it again here. I'm going to have you get out a pen and paper, and at the top of it, I like to write homework, and I wrote week 2. So home, work, week 2. You can also write the days of the week, whatever signals this is my week. Then you make 3 columns with the center column being the widest one, like this. So in the column right here, you write day. The middle column, you write tasks. Right here, you write time. Under tasks, I really like checking boxes off of things. I am the daughter of a Virgo, and so checking boxes off of a list, that was a love language in my household. So I love doing this. It gives me a little sense of accomplishment. The little boxes that you can check off. There we go. And what I would love for you to do is write down, and you might need 2 pages for this, you might need to duplicate it on the next page, write down, brain dump every single task, personal, professional, already scheduled, not scheduled, that you have in your mind or on your calendar. Write it all down here. So for me, for this week, for example, it would be writing 2 chapters in this writing project that I'm doing. It would be programming the 4 classes that I'm going to be recording for you later in the week for Aaptiv. It would be the 2 different recording sessions that I have for Aaptiv. It would be personal stuff like making a big batch of soup, or organizing by my bed, or sending the thank you notes that I've been wanting to send. All of the different things, recording the podcast that I need to record, all of those things, just write them down, no order. Then after that, you actually go over to time. And right here, you overestimate, but you guesstimate how much time each task is going to take. Again, I say guesstimate, but overestimate, because I want you to feel like you do have the wiggle room that you need to complete the things that you want to complete. A lot of times we'll underestimate how long things take. The worst case scenario in this is that you end up with more time than you thought that you did. So overestimate how much time it's going to take. And then after that, as you look at the time, start to parcel out your week. So maybe there are things that logistically need to be done earlier in the week or at a specific time in the week. So look at those big ticket items, the things that take 60 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and start to assign those to a day. And then you start to plan around that day. I have not done mine yet for this week, but I have mine from last week, and I just wanted to show you what this ends up looking like at the end of a week. Literally, my dog ate it, so there are staples here so I could show it to you. So I wrote down everything. And as you can see, there are certain things that I didn't do, and that's completely fine. So I just checked everything off as I did it. And now I see the things that I ended my week with that I still have on my plate. So I have 1 chapter that I told myself I was going to write last week, and I was supposed to write last week. Sorry to my coach. But now this transfers into the next week. I wanted to do my nails because that's something that's really calming to me. That's still on there. Write those thank you notes, organize my closet, some pitches that I want to pitch some people for the podcast. So I take that stuff and I put it on the new list, and I start to make those the priority if I'm able to make them priority. Obviously, like, look at the urgent and important items that you already have on there, but take the stuff from the last list and migrate it over there. How are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, we are almost at the 30-minute mark. I cannot believe it. This has flown by. So I just want to leave you with one more thought, and then I'll take a couple questions. I have a tendency to put a lot of pressure on myself to be extraordinary. And that's something that I have dealt with and struggled with my entire life. Sort of this question of, if I'm not extraordinary, if I'm not being amazing, then what am I actually being? And this is an incredible time to take a breath. And if you're able to automatically relieve yourself of that pressure, that is fantastic. For me, it's not as quick as that. So what I do is I view this as planning time, as prep time, as habit building time. I remind myself that I'm being extraordinary and amazing literally just by existing right now and taking care of myself and my loved ones. And you've got to take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, then you're not able to take care of other people. And I use this time as sort of behind the scenes work for all of the amazingness that is going to come from all of the time that comes after this. Because like I said, this is not the new normal, it's the for now normal. And yes, we will come out of this time with a bunch of new normals, but right now this is the time where we need to focus on the stuff that we can focus on, control the things that we can focus on, let the rest go, and know that that's the most amazing thing that we can do for ourselves right now. So let me see. Purposeful Pixie. Pixie, what does it say at the top of that paper again? Well, I hold it up so we can see it, pretty please. Yep, it says homework. I've spelled work, W-E-R-K, sort of like, oops. Ha, hey, live. Homework week 2, day, task, time. Homework, day, task, time. All right. Any other questions? I'm going to scroll and see if anybody... Can I take a picture of it and post it? I will totally take a picture. I'm going to post it on my account. I'm at Katie Horwich. It's Horwitch. As a mother, we think about everyone else, and then I'm the last one. Totally. And this is a great time to model that self-care for your children, because they are watching you, and they're watching how you're responding right now. And if you take care of yourself, that will inspire them to take care of themselves too. I know that, I'm 33 years old, and I'm seeing that happen with my friends and my family, and I am inspired. All right, thanks for this. Can we save this live so I can rewatch it? Yes, that is a great note to end on. I am going to sign off. We're going to save this, and this is going to be posted to Aaptiv's Instagram stories for the next 24 hours. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this was a first for me, so thanks for being with me and virtually holding my hand through it. I adore you so much. I say it all the time, but it bears repeating right now. I am so grateful for you. Team Aaptiv is so grateful for you. We are all in this together. So stay safe, stay strong, stay sanitized, move forward fearlessly, spread the good word, and be the you know you're meant to be. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.